Welcome to 108 Gate. We're doing the Divine Feminine reading. Hope you're well. So today we are doing the Solar Plexus tuning fork. So if you do not want to listen to the tuning fork, if you mute, and then when I go for the cards and start reading, you'll know that it's finished. But for those of you who enjoy it and would like to benefit from it, here we go. 3 for you. Okay, so here we go. Divine Feminine reading. Quite a lot of energy moving around. So it feels like the self-acceptance here is coming from some realizations, is coming from some acknowledgement of some truths that we may have been scared to look at. We may have been feeling overwhelmed and not able to face them or deal with them before. But there's a certain level of self-acceptance coming from also accepting that we're not going to be a particular kind of person through someone else's eyes, in someone else's eyes. So we always hear those things of like seeking someone's approval or seeking someone's acceptance or whatever, but this is kind of that yet a little deeper kind of perspective of it, of accepting that that person will never see me in the way I want them to. That person will never see the truth of me because their perspective of me, their perception of me is the way it is. And now it's about not trying to change their minds, not trying to convince them otherwise. It's just accepting that that is how they perceive me, that is how they see me. It is what it is, and doing what one has to do to move on from that, to make the best of what you've got, which is going to take a level of strength. There just feel like there's an energy of grief in here, an energy of reluctant to let go of that fight, reluctant to let go of this challenge that's being presented. And it seems like it's been a long challenge. It's just come to the point of like, if it doesn't change now, I don't think it's ever going to change. Therefore I can't keep trying to convince them otherwise. I can't keep trying to show them that that's not what I meant. I can't keep trying to show them that my higher value or my higher worth is actually more than what they think of me. So being assertive, I'm not gonna go into it right now because there's so much energy just coming up. I can hear it and I can feel it, but I want to get some cards to clarify. So assertiveness. The assertiveness is about when you decide, exactly. So when you decide to go in that direction, when you decide that enough is enough, I'm no longer letting this person or this issue keep me stuck or drained in this situation. I'm going to move on from it. I'm going to cut my losses and know that there's certain things. It's like choosing your battles and choosing your fight. This is not worth the fight anymore. It's not worth the battle anymore. So here we got 3 cups down, 2 up. Literally, it's down. It's down. Can't pick them up. They just won't see me in a different way. They won't see me in the truth that I see myself. Therefore, instead of fighting this battle any longer, I'm retreating. I'm taking my power back and then stepping into the Empress mode. Part of you has already gone into this Empress mode, and this is why you are able to have this perspective now. You are able to have this healthy disentanglement, this healthy the disillusionment around this is being cleared. So the attachment to it is releasing, the entanglements with it is releasing, and detachment. There's a level of healthy detachment because you're not grasping onto an expectation of someone, you're not grasping onto an outcome. So placing your hope and intention into somebody seeing you in a perspective or in a way that suits you, seeing that that is probably not going to be possible, it's probably not going to happen, therefore instead of just wasting your energy in trying to convince them otherwise, it's just, I'm going to put my energy back into myself, I'm putting my energy back into seeing the truth of who I am and connecting with the truth of who I am, instead of trying to distort into the truth of what they perceive me as. So the assertiveness here is really honourable, if that's the word that wants to come up. It's honourable in the sense of you're coming into your own in some space, in some level, in lots of levels, in many ways, and then reclaiming the truth of who you are, allowing the distortion, allowing the others kind of distracting you from your higher potential, your full potential, letting it go. It's not an easy thing to do. It is navigatable, it is negotiable on some level with yourself, because there's certain things that you have to say, well, in return for me actually facing the truth of this, what do I get? Your ROI is greater when you're investing in yourself, in this case, rather than someone else. So like I said, instead of sticking to the plan or the process of trying to convince them that you're worth more than they think you are, you're just letting it go. If you can't see my value by now, you will never see my value, therefore I'm not seeking acceptance and appreciation or whatever else from you. So we've got the Eight of Swords. When you keep yourself locked in that kind of frame of mind, you have created a certain situation, scenario, this one here, and this feels as though it's coming to your attention now, it's coming to your conscious awareness now, to be dealt with, to be brought in with some self-acceptance, with strength and assertiveness, really pivoting in a significant way away from other people's perspectives of you, letting that kind of ping off and shoot off and bringing in more of your authentic connection with yourself. So here we do have those energies of the Seven of Swords, so there is going to be some conflict here, and the conflict feels like it's coming from somebody, well, there's kind of a few different scenarios here. So it's somebody's going to be either trying to convince you of you who do you think you are, you'll never amount to anything, and you say, actually I will, and they're just kind of like whatever, and they still keep trying to pull you down, or they and some of it is not even that obvious. So that's the cruel part of it. Some of it is simply because they didn't achieve certain things, or they didn't get to a certain level, or they didn't they're holding resentment or bitterness in their own heart, and they can't see, they're kind of envious or can't see how you are able to get over certain things, or how you are able to forgive and then go. And this is the true sense of the forgiveness. It's not the just saying I forgive you and then off you go, and then still holding bitterness. This is truly, genuinely, sincerely, in accepting of the situation, in accepting certain things, is kind of a surrendering to the situation and allowing that forgiveness to flow in. I forgive you for whatever, but I can't stay here anymore. I forgive you and I can't stay here anymore. It's a bittersweet thing, because it's the sweetness of letting go, but there's also the other side of it, which is like, it means there's a loss on some part. There's a something has to be let go of. It is a deeper level than before, like I said. So here we've got the Queen of Coins. You're definitely, if it's resonating, you're definitely coming up to an energy of where you're able to better see your value, because you're not having the distortions kind of distract you from your higher value. So when you're feeling a higher value, and in the past you may have had someone limit you, restrict you, or tell you that you can't do this, or you shouldn't be doing that, or that's not for you, you should leave that to the professionals, or whatever it is, that's not a real job, that's not a real hobby, whatever it is, you can't make money from your hobby, any of those kind of things, really, really letting those go now, because you know there's no other choice, there's no alternative, letting it go. Yes, the cups have spilt, you can't do anything about it other than, how do I respond to it now? I'm going to level up, and I'm going to come in from a higher perspective. I'm going to come in from an Empress mode. That's the powerful part of it. That's the assertiveness of it, and that's the how you the way in which you can claim your power back. So one moment please, getting the other deck. And while we're doing that, I'm just checking if there's anything popping out from the astrology today. I don't know how you're all doing, but wow, some grand energies kind of shifting things around. Page of Cups. So this refreshed perspective is going to give you a new flow of love to yourself. It's going to release something to be flowing to yourself now. So if it's not flowing here anymore, it's going to be released and flowing here. So we're going to put that there. You're going to give yourself a chance to receive love that you haven't received before. The heartbreak and the heartache that's been coming up quite a lot, it needs to be healed. That's the next a part of the next level of evolving, a part of the next level of self-actualization, of getting to your next level of embracing your full potential, embracing who you are and letting go of who you are not. A lot of that is not who you have told yourself you are. It's more to do with who others have told you you are, and then believing that, or on some level thinking that if I accept their version of me, they'll accept me. But it's just been too difficult to uphold that. It's just been too difficult, and it's causing conflict within. So giving yourself that new love and that new fresh envelope of love, and then letting that conflict kind of dissolve. Letting the love dissolve the conflict within. Acceptance of self. You can love yourself. And like, this is why I said it's not the spa kind of love. This is genuine deep love of protecting yourself, of doing what you need to do for you. Again, Five of Cups. There's going to be quite a bit of heartbreak in this. There's no denying it. Trying to, like, this is again the realistic optimism. There's one thing about being optimistic, but then you've got to also be realistic of, like, to get to this point where the Empress is sitting there and saying, right, we've got to let go of this now, and you've got to remember this heartbreak now. We can't sit there ignoring that it's actually happened. We need to make sure that we're clear that yes, it's happened and I can move on from this. Yes, it's happened, I'm going to move on from this. Yes, it's happened, I've got pretty much no other choice other than to move on from this now. You can't, there's going to be another split here. People that want to stay in the doom and gloom of it, or the people that are going to elevate themselves from it. And it's going to be quite prominent. So, Knight of Pentacles. Those things that you've locked yourself into because of, like what I just said, you seeking acceptance or seeking approval from certain people, certain beings, certain groups, communities, distorting yourself to become someone you're not, and then creating this cage for yourself, or creating a restriction, a limitation, a space in which you feel trapped and unable to express yourself, unable to be yourself, unable to embrace who you truly are. This is now coming in with the Knight of Pentacles coming in and shining a light on the true value of you. So with the Queen of Pentacles there and the Knight of Pentacles coming in, those it's like eliminating those things that you've locked yourself in with, and bringing the solutions in. So you may have not approved of yourself because you don't have a certain level of education, or you don't have a particular kind of house, or you don't have a particular kind of this, that or the other. And it's like seeing the bigger picture, and it's like, you know what, I don't have this, but I don't actually need that. I've got exactly what's appropriate for me, what's comfortable for me, what's suitable for me. And anything more than that, anything in the realm of what others expect me to have, is actually uncomfortable for me. So honouring, again, self-acceptance and honouring that is going to give a lot of peace in the mind, a lot of peace in your heart, and letting you understand your path even deeper and greater, and understanding who you are. Because if you are aligning more so with your values and what your true value is, it's going to give you insight of what you're actually about, who you're actually about, and then this is going to start attracting people who are actually more aligned with who you are and what you're doing. So it's just a win-win on so many levels. And this is why this Page of Cups then is bringing in like these 2 coins here. You've got a coin there, you've got a Queen of Coins there. The value of yourself is going to improve, the value of yourself is going to increase. You're going to be attracting things that are actually attractive to you, not trying to grab onto or grasp onto things that are attractive to other people. So this 2 of Coins here is about you juggling certain things, because as you're letting go of certain things, there's going to be more things coming in about your interests, about what suits you, about what you want to be doing. So it's going to feel like she looks quite happy and content in that space there, doing that as she is. Because she's doing it for her own joy, she's doing it for her own pleasure, knowing that it's actually fulfilling, knowing that it's actually worthwhile and going to come to a positive outcome, as opposed to trying to fight something that's not even worth fighting. So the Devil there just seems to be hovering. It just seems to be it's there, but you don't have to engage with it, is what's coming in at the moment. I'm noticing it. My eye keeps glancing over there, but I don't really feel bothered by it at the moment. So this is coming in as things that you are anticipating happening, celebrations you want to have, celebrations that you may not have had before, but you're looking forward to actually having another chance of possibly doing these again, or having a different version of it. You may not have been celebrated in certain ways by certain people in the past, but you're anticipating and feeling as though you're reclaiming these 3 cups that have spilt over here. And this time you're going to shape it to how you want it to be. You're going to shape it in a way that's pleasing for you. It's suitable for you. It's kind of like up your alley kind of thing. That's what I'm hearing. It's more aligned with who you are, what you're about, and where you're aiming to go. Not everyone's going to understand this. Even the people who think they understand you may not understand this. And it's about again, not going into the same cycle as before. And trying to convince them, or trying to even trying to just get them to see your point of view. It's just simply, this is what I'm doing, I know why I'm doing it, you either support me or you don't. Simple as. So this is a massive shift and change in perspective. It's a massive shift and change in how you're communicating with certain people. It's going to be a significant shift and change in how you're doing things, because when you've been doing things from this space and feeling neglected and rejected and seeking approval, seeking acceptance, like I've said before, it's easy to say, but the actual essence of it is really difficult. It's quite startling how emotionally grating it can be. So this acceptance coming to yourself is really going to shift so many things. Like, even though that this is linking to the 8 of Swords there, so it's a similar kind of energy in the sense of tied up and kind of stuck in a certain situation, stuck in a certain perspective of thinking. But this is tied up in contemplating, how do I shift this, how do I change this, how do I see things differently. And you will see things differently, because you know that you have something worthwhile of celebrating, and you're going to be focused more on the celebrating of it, as opposed to when you weren't celebrated, and therefore turning those cups into something viable, something and more coins again. Like, how many coins have you got here? You've got loads of cups and coins. Again, that thing of cups and coins, it's been happening for quite a few days now, and then at some point the cups and coins were getting confused. So the values and the emotions around things were getting confused. So this definitely ties in with where's it gone? Neptune, 25 degrees of Pisces, and then Saturn, 5 degrees Pisces. It's like you're getting your own contract and redefining your contract. You're rewriting your contract with the world, the contract with yourself. And I don't mean like a literal contract, I mean more of a energetic, emotional, kind of personal inner contract of like, when certain things happen, I'm not accepting certain things, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm going to instead assert myself and be. So even the wording of what you're going to be reframing things as is going to be shifting and changing. So if someone responds to you in a certain way or expects you to be a certain way, you kindly just let go of their whatever it is and say, sorry, I can't accept that, and just move along. There's nothing to convince, there's nothing to get stuck in, and therefore with the devil, literally just keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. Queen of Pentacles, you're going to get a different value of self, and you're going to have something worthwhile nurturing. Like the way she's looking at that, it's so loving and appreciative of what you really hold within yourself. And when you start seeing this, it's a really beautiful, gentle, loving feeling towards yourself. And the Page of Cups right there, reinvesting in yourself with a sincere love, with a gentle kind of love. So we're going to get one for here, then we're going to wrap up with 3 strikes of the tuning fork. Wow. Okay, there you go. 10 of coins. Literally this shift of perspective, this shift of you honouring yourself and genuinely, sincerely honouring yourself is really quite something. It's quite beautiful. So for now, I'm going to say, if you do want a personal reading or Reiki, it's 108gate@gmail.com. I'm in GMT time. And so for those of you who do not want to hear the tuning fork, see you again soon. For those of you who do want the tuning fork, here we go. So for now, peace and love.